Hey everybody, it's Pastor Scott, and this is Real Talk. This is our weekly video check-in series where we get an opportunity to spend time with you and our community. We don't get a chance to do this on a regular basis because of COVID and scheduling and just a lot of different things in our lives, but it's a great chance for us to be able to share what's going on in our community. And so we've been really busy. And I look at the way that this calendar has happened over the last month, and we've had the end of school, we've had some graduations, we've had uh, annual conference, and then we got into the holiday weekends, and we have vacations that have either happened or are happening or are about to happen. And so there's a lot of times where we can get disconnected from things that are happening here at the church. And what better way to get reconnected than to look at our amazing newsletter? And so this is a work of love that has been put together by the staff, especially Julie Albana. So shout out to Julie for the work that she does with this. Um, but there's a lot of staff that contribute articles and other things. And I think that being able to identify what successes and excitement that we've had in the past is really important, but also some things that are coming up. And so to keep you engaged, I'm going to travel through this newsletter. And again, you can find this on our website at herndonumc.org. And if you scroll down to the bottom, there's a link for newsletters. And so the front page is a letter from Pastor Jonathan, which is a great read. And I think that it helps set up some of the things I'm going to share with you. So the first thing is just reflecting some things that we've done over the past quarter in the spring with our Rise Against Hunger event on April 23rd. And then we closed out the week with our Worship Without Walls, where we did a Herndon Serves Week, where we had a National Rebuilding Day, and we had a link expansion continued with the pantry. We served water on the WNOD trail. We had a prayer walk. There's a lot of different ways that our community found opportunities to get engaged with the community, which was really important. In early May, there was the Rise Up Music Concert, and this was really important because it benefited NAMI, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness and the Northern Virginia chapter. Mental illness and mental health is a really, really important topic for many in our community as well as around the world now. Um, but during this concert, something really special happened as we were able to honor two great people of the Herndon United Methodist Church, and Roger and Jan Engdahl. They had a song commissioned by Martha Shimkin and her family to honor them, and it was Mark Patterson's anthem of Song of Assurance. And they've been working on this for over 2 years, and they were finally able to share this. There's a link in the newsletter that you can be able to go and watch it, and I think that I would highly recommend that you consider doing it. It was such a beautiful event all the way around, and wonderful music. As I like to say, the pollen was a little rough in there. So um, what a great event. Speaking of great events, in early June, the United Women of Faith had a prayer event, and this was an event where they hosted three deaconesses from up and down the East Coast, and they offered some amazing stories about faith and mission, and it was such an incredible opportunity to be able to connect. And so, if you get a chance to find one of these that come up again that are hosted by United Women in Faith or United Methodist Men or whoever, I'd highly recommend it because it was really a deep spiritual event that was really really great. We had a great celebration on Pentecost, which was the church's birthday. You may remember Pastor Jonathan was dressed in a red suit. Well, he was dressed in all red. But that was a great day because we also not only celebrated the birthday of the church, but we celebrated our confirmands who took that next step in their faith journeys. And so we're so excited for those six young adults or our youth that are now members of our church, and we're so thankful for their journey and look forward to seeing what they can do in the world. Um, there are scholarships that are coming up. If you are somebody that qualifies as a student, either a recent high school graduate or an adult that's furthering your education, Herndon United Methodist Church would like to support you. And so, what a great way to support than scholarships. And so, there's an application available. It closes on Friday, July 15th, and so that's when applications are due. And so, the scholarship committee is going to schedule interviews once all the materials are submitted. You don't have, if you have any questions, you can email Joanne directly at joanne@herndonumc.org. There's also links in here that you can click on for the scholarship application, and you can submit emails that way as well. Also, one of the highlights that's happened this spring is the United Women in Faith were able to present mission pins, and this is one of the big deals inside of the church, and especially here at Herndon. Since 1969, they've recognized over 100 members, 104 church members to be exact. And so, what a great honor to be able to uh, recognize 4 individuals this year that are what I would call the doers of the church. Those are the ones that are involved and are doing lots of different things, and they're usually the people that say yes to a lot of things, and just are really the 80 percenters, if you will. They do 80% of the work, and they're amazing people. This year, the 4 folks that were recognized were Fred Kibler, Chris Miller, Shannon Wise, and Ken Sullivan. And so they were all recognized at the potluck. Well, Ken was recognized separately because he was unable to attend. Um, and we wish Ken and Christy our best as they transition on and as they move into retirement. So we send our love to them. We are getting ready to have a couple of big weeks coming up. Many of you know because you're already involved in Vacation Bible School. And so Vacation Bible School is the Knights of the North Castle. And so this year, it's July 11th through the 15th from ages 3 to grade 6 from 9 a.m. to 12. And if you are interested, you can go online to register. You can see the links there. Or if you are interested in possibly helping out as a volunteer, there is places that we could use some help. And so you can sign up today. There's a link for you there, and you can also email Mallory directly. Her email address is in this article, or you can just email her directly at mallory@herndonumc.org. In conjunction with that, for rising 7th through 12th graders, there's another great opportunity that Joanne is leading up called Camp Herndon. It's involvement in being a volunteer of VBS in the mornings, and then in the afternoons, get to go out and have fun and do service things and maybe some shenanigans. Um, but one of the things that I read that's really cool is they're going to be tubing on the Shenandoah River on Friday. So that's a really exciting time. That's in conjunction with our Vacation Bible School. The following week, we have our summer musical theater camp, Godspell Junior. And so Melissa Chavez is our contact for that. You can email her at melissa@herndonumc.org. This is for ages 8 to 18. But there's more information that you can click on this link on inside the newsletter, and there's information about that, and there's opportunities for volunteers as well. The last things that I want to mention is we have our summer reading list out, and so every member of the staff has shared what they're going to read this summer, at least what's on their list. And so as we go on vacations, or we're just trying to find ways to relax and enjoy our time away from the hustle and bustle that is this Northern Virginia area, I think sometimes it's great to see these questions come up on Facebook where somebody says, "Hey, does anybody have any book recommendations?" Well, we've put it out for you in the newsletter, and so each member of the staff has shared a number of books. So you'll see things like No Cure for Being Human by Kate Bowler, Inspired by Rachel Held Evans, The Illustrated Mum by Jacqueline Wilson. Maybe You Should Talk to Someone, Lori Gottlieb, Atlas of the Heart by Brene Brown. Uh, Dinner in an Instant by Melissa Clark. And so there's so many great books. One of them is really important for this coming weekend. Undistracted by Bob Goff is on Pastor Jonathan's list, and it's really the focal point of what we're going to be learning from this sermon this coming Sunday from Pastor Jonathan on July 10th. And so his sermon titled Undistracted is going to focus on the Mary and Martha story, but it's really going to be centered around this book called Undistracted by Bob Goff. One of the other things that I would be remiss if I didn't share is that Pastor Jonathan and Pastor Tim Ward of our friends over at Crossroads UMC are working to sponsor a Holy Land tour, and this is going to be next April. And so this is a trip that is going to happen April 17th through the 27th, and there's an optional extension into May. You can learn about the tour. There's a link in the newsletter. If you're watching this on Wednesday the 6th, There is a live Zoom information session tonight at 7 o'clock that you can register for. The link is inside the newsletter. Again, HerndonUMC.org. Scroll to the bottom, click on newsletters. This is on page 10 of the newsletter. So you'll be able to do that. You can always contact the office, or you can email Pastor Jonathan if you have any questions regarding that trip. There's other information in here about the annual conference, the conference budget, our nomination for Episcopal election, and then you'll have our information about our budget approval, our new governance structure here at Herndon United Methodist Church, and the Herndon United Methodist Church staff contact list. Whew, man, that's a lot. That's a lot going on. But you know what? If we can provide you this information, there's opportunities for you to be able to learn about being connected inside of the walls of this church and this community. The newsletter is packed with information. So I recommend that you either pick one up when you're in church or go online. Again, HerndonUMC.org, scroll down to the bottom, click on newsletters. It's right there for you, and you'll be able to look at our summer newsletter. I will also mention that we will be having a summer kickoff on August 21st. More details will come about that in the next few weeks. You'll hear more about that information. And the key thing with that is that we're going to be introducing, from a discipleship side of things, we're going to be introducing small groups and looking at ways that we can connect with each other and in the community once we get back to a regular cycle during the school season. So with that, a lot of things are happening, but what a great place to be. Herndon United Methodist Church has so many things, so many ways to get plugged in, so many opportunities. If you are interested in getting plugged in somewhere, come see one of the staff members. Reach out to Pastor Jonathan or Pastor Scott, myself, or just reach out to the office and just say, "Hey, I want to get plugged in," and we will be glad to find ways that connect you with where your interests are. So. With that, I hope that you have a great week. I hope that you'll consider coming this coming Sunday. Pastor Jonathan's message on Undistracted is continuing our Summer in the Sandbox series. Our worship services are at 8 and at 10, and then we also have a 5 o'clock, what we call playing with scriptures in the space. So it's a great opportunity just to be able to be together in community. So I hope you have a great week, and I hope that we see you this weekend. And by the way, you are loved.